Hi, good morning. This is Sirisha Varma from brandingbypixels, and today is Tuesday. Tuesday, we talk about a digital marketing topic in our channel, Digital Marketing for Business Owners. Today's topic is about an industry which is much needed. There is, of course, a lot of competition in this specific domain, but there is always a need for new brands. But the unfortunate case is 80% of the new businesses set up in this specific domain fail within the first year. If you have not guessed it by now, we are going to talk about restaurant business, and today in this video I'm going to cover the complete marketing strategy for restaurants or food business owners. Since this is the complete marketing strategy, this is the one video that you need to go through if you want to market your restaurant or food business, and that is the reason this video is going to be a bit longer. And if you have been, if you know, or if you're part of this channel, you know that if you watch the complete video, at the end of the video, there will be 2 additional bonus tips for anybody who has watched until the end. So let us get into it. Like I said, restaurants is something which is a business that many of us have the mind to set up, because we generally think I am good at this specific recipe, or probably you are good at cooking at home, or you know somebody who is really good at cooking, and then you think, oh, probably we could actually partner up and start this business, because there is always a demand for food, right? In India, we generally eat 3 times a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So there is definitely a market need. But 80% of the restaurants that open generally shut down within the first year. That is the reason that we are covering this complete marketing strategy in this video. So, tip number 1 or strategy number 1 is riches are in the niches. I've seen so many restaurant owners who put everything that is available out there on the menu. They say they do Chinese, they do Indian, they do biryani, they do, some of them even say they do South Indian. So, which is very weird, right? In any business, not just in restaurant business, riches are in the niches. What does that mean? Whenever you have started a business, at the initial stages, people don't know anything about your business. If you are able to create a brand awareness for yourself in one specific field, that is what will get you much more business, and that is what will make you sustainable. For example, BBQ Nation. BBQ Nation here in India and also across the world has many branches, but the best thing about BBQ Nation is if you go to BBQ Nation by paying a small amount of money, you can have all the different kinds of barbecue, be it vegetarian or non-vegetarian, and with that small amount that you are paying, you know for sure that when you are coming out, your stomach will be full. So that is the USP of BBQ Nation. No matter what which place they have created a franchise in, it could be US, it could be India, it could be Canada. They follow the same principle. Now, if you specifically look at their niche, it is BBQ food, which is barbecue food. But all small restaurants, rather than trying to maximize or specialize in one specific cuisine, because trust me, if you put all the cuisines out there, you will never be able to sustain in this competitive space. Create just one cuisine, stick with it, do experimentation with the menu in that one specific cuisine, and whenever people think about that specific cuisine, they have to remember you. That is when you can make a mark in this ever competitive world of food business. Marketing strategy number 2 is professional images. People generally consume food using 3 senses. Number 1 is sight, number 2 is smell, and the third and the last one is taste. Most of the restaurant owners, they're targeting for the third one. They're ignoring the first and the second one. Of course, until and unless people step into your restaurant, they cannot go through the sense of smell, but they can always go through the sense of sight with the images that you put up there regarding the dishes, regarding the restaurant interiors that you have created. People invest a lot of money, hell a lot of money, much more than needed, on creating interiors, but they don't shoot images of the interiors. Once they have exhausted the budgets, what they do is they bring their phone, and with the phone they shoot the interior images. With the phone, without any composition, without any styling, they just shoot the images of the food. Trust me, you will never be able to make money in this specific business with this kind of approach. You have to satisfy all the three senses before people can walk in and taste your food. So, of course, the first one is sight. And that is where you need to get professional help. Get people, though it might be a bit costly, take money out of your budgets of interiors, because until and unless people step into your restaurant, there is no need to invest so much money on interiors, right? All that money will go to waste. So make sure people are stepping into your restaurant by making your images beautiful. And food is one of those important commodities wherein presentation is everything. So go ahead and invest in getting proper images. Get nice videos done of the recipes as well. Use these on social media. Of course, the second sense we are talking about is smell. Whenever people are walking into a restaurant, even before you open a restaurant at that specific point of time, generally restaurants open at around 12 p.m. here in India. So before you open, you make sure that the restaurant smells good. Trust me, I have gone to so many places wherein probably they are known very well for that specific cuisine, for that specific food. But as soon as I enter, I get this foul smell and I don't eat there anymore. I just go out the door. And there are many more people who are doing that. So as a restaurant owner, that is also one of the things that you need to remember, which is sense number 2, that is smell. And of course, taste. If you can focus on one specific cuisine, which again ties back to point number 1, riches are in niches, then you can do so many things with that cuisine. You can make it much more palatable. You can experiment with it. You can come up with new versions by yourself, and people would love to come and then experiment with the different versions that you have created. Now, marketing strategy number 3, get influencers to review your products. You might be saying, this is not the right time for me to invest on influencers. I have just invested a bomb in creating the right kind of interiors for my business. But if you think that, then you're wrong. Because see, at the end of the day, your brand is only as popular as the word of mouth that it creates. But until and unless people know from people in their circle that this specific restaurant has good food, they will not visit you. Trust me on that. There is too much competition in this space. They would not just want to waste their time going to a restaurant that nobody is talking about. So invest in getting influencers early on. Don't wait for the audience to build before you can invest in influencers. Reach out to YouTubers. There are many small channels wherein the YouTuber would love to go and get content of a new place. See, just like you, they're also looking to get lots of content for their channel because they have to create content every week. So they are definitely looking for new places. These kind of small YouTubers, they might have less reach, but that doesn't mean that their engagement rate is not that great. Engagement rate is all that matters. If they put up a video, if they have only 1,000 subscribers and at least they are getting 10 to 20 comments on that video, that is a great engagement rate. Remember, engagement rate is how much of engagement, that is like, share, comments that you are getting on one specific video divided by the number of followers that you have. So reach out to small YouTubers. They would be more than happy to visit your place for free and review your food post really great images and great videos on their YouTube channels. Shout out to you so that your brand also reaches new audience, but do it as soon as you open your restaurant. Don't wait until you build an audience, because probably by that time it is too late for you. Now, marketing strategy number 4. Exterior of the restaurant is as important as interior of the restaurant. This is a common mistake that I see many restaurant owners doing, wherein they invest a bomb of a money just to make the interiors beautiful or really unique, but they don't do anything about the exterior of the restaurant. Remember, walk-in crowd is as important as people who know about your brand and then come to you. So to make sure you attract walk-in crowds, what you need to do is you need to create specific elements in your exteriors. It could be something interesting. It could be a specific logo. It could be a specific character, just like the McDonald's arches, right? The golden arches of McDonald's, no matter, are so big that no matter where you are, 50 kilometers past, you can still see the golden arches, and immediately you will recall in your mind that there is a McDonald's ahead, and you can wait and you can have your burger there. So try to create a unique brand for your own restaurant and try to make sure that you incorporate it in your exteriors as well. The more interesting that you could create your exteriors, there would be much more opportunity for you to get attention of the walk-by crowds who might become your customers. Now, marketing strategy number 5. Be super hospitable. What does that mean? There's so many restaurants that I see wherein once you enter the restaurant, the staff that is working there are not really nice. Trust me, I've seen this many more times. They feel as if you have entered a space wherein you are not welcome. That really does not leave the best of the impressions. You are in the hospitality business. That means you should be super hospitable. You should try to go to any extent to make sure that your customer leaves the place happy. It might be a discount that you might have to give. It might be a super annoying customer who is talking rudely to your staff. No matter what it is, right? At least in India, we have this proverb of Atithi Devo Bhav. No matter how the guest is behaving, you always have to be polite with them. And trust me, this would get you the best goodwill. And if there is one strategy that you take out of all the strategies that I'm going to discuss today, this should be the one that you should take to heart and incorporate in your own business. For example, I go to a restaurant, I would like to sit probably at the corner table because I find that more peaceful, or I find a lot of sun coming and I feel cold, so I want to sit there. But there have been many times where though there is nobody at the table, the restaurant staff tells me that I cannot sit at the table because they would have to walk those extra steps to serve me. So this is the vicinity of the area that I can sit in, and it really bugs me because the table is right there, it is available. So if you are the one who is going to do such things, please stop. That is really not helping you. See, at the end of the day, people want to connect to people. People want to be nice with people, and people want to go to places where people are nice to them. So be nice to them. And during this pandemic season, if there is one thing that we have learned, it is to be humane. So be super humane and you would never fail. Now, coming to marketing strategy number 6. Be social media savvy. I have seen so many restaurant owners, again, they don't invest on social media platforms. Creating an account on social media platform is free. And if you are a restaurant owner, there are 3 platforms that you definitely need to be on. One is your Facebook, one is your Instagram, and the third one is your Pinterest. No matter whether you are creating a website for yourself or not, if you don't want to make such a big investment for your brand at this point of time, at least go ahead and create accounts in these 3 social media platforms. It is free. And once you create, don't just sit there. Start sharing images. You have invested so much money on the interiors. You have invested so much money on the cuisine. You have invested so much money on the layout of the restaurant, on the dishes that you are cooking every day. Why won't you share it with the public? Because again, like I said, there are three senses that people want to approach before they can actually come into your restaurant. One is, of course, the sight. And sight is made beautiful when it is shared on social media platforms. So be social media savvy. And whenever you are on social media, make sure that if somebody is commenting on your specific post, you reply to them immediately. You follow them. You also comment on their post. Do these three things meticulously, at least for the first 6 months. And trust me, you would have built a better business in food. Now, coming back to business strategy number 7. Create creative spaces in your restaurant. What does that mean? You have this huge restaurant wherein you have invested, or probably a small one as well, wherein you have invested a lot of money on the interiors. But you have not created any specific place wherein you could invite people to engage. See, at the end of the day, if people want to come and check out your place, they would want to hear from their friends. For example, if my friend tells me that Sirisha, you should not miss this new place that has come up in Kukatpalli, you can say that 100% I would go and check out that place. But if you're not allowing my friend to talk about your restaurant, how can it reach me? How can you get new customers like me and my network of people, right? The reason to do it is, the way to do it is, you have to create creative spaces. For example, you could just create a photo booth where people could go and you could decorate the photo booth. See, creating a photo booth is super easy. It is not that costly as well. You could just use plaster of Paris to do it, or fiberglass, which is not very costly. You could set up a small structure wherein people could go take images. People love taking selfies nowadays. So rather than they taking selfies always with the dishes, if you could create a space wherein people could go and start taking selfies of themselves along with the crowd that they have come, trust me, there is no better marketing strategy or word of mouth than this. So try to create those kind of creative pockets around the interiors of your restaurant, so people could go ahead and start making your restaurant viral. In that case, you don't even have to push them to make it viral. They will do it by themselves for you for free. And again, another thing is, you could also create play areas. If you're seeing a lot of parents walking in with kids, and if you are a parent, you know that kids will not sit still, right? They will not let their parents enjoy their food. So make sure that you have play areas where kids could just go explore the places, create new friends there. Or probably you could actually put one or two staff members and say, thank you for visiting our specific restaurant. I have seen that you have come with your kids. So and so, Mr. XYZ or Miss XYZ is our staff member who takes care of kids. They're very good with kids. They will be there for your kids, so you can enjoy your meal peacefully. Trust me, there will be so many parents who would love that peaceful time to enjoy their meal, to have a normal adult discussion when their children are being taken care of. That could also be one of the small thing that you could do for your customer, and by that way you could also go viral. Now, strategy number 8 is to create a distinct identity for quick brand recall. Of course, I have also spoken about an example of the golden arches of McDonald's. As soon as you see the golden arches of McDonald's, there is this top of mind recall of the burger that is being served, and you want the fries out there. So that is also one of the reasons why you should create a distinct identity for your restaurant. There are so many restaurants, specifically in India, where there is no specific distinct mark. If somebody looks at the restaurant, until and unless I can read the board, I don't know what that restaurant is. the only brands that have created some kind of recalls and some kind of has made some kind of dent in the specific area are, of course, American restaurants. Like it could be Starbucks, it could be McDonald's, it could be KFC. You look at the caricature or you look at the brand from outside and you immediately know what that specific restaurant is about. At least in India, there is not even one restaurant which has done it. If you only serve idlis, you could put a huge mannequin of idli out there so that, see, at the end of the day, it is all about creating that interest. Once interest is created, people would love to walk into your store and then try out your menu. So try it out. Not many people in India are actually doing it. Now, coming to strategy number 9, invest on packaging. Again, I see this as error that many restaurant owners do. They invest a lot of money on the branding. They invest a lot of money specifically on the interiors, on getting good chefs, but they don't want to invest on packaging. Why? Right? At the end of the day, if a customer, see, at least 30% of your sales will come from online platforms. It could be Swiggy, it could be Zomato. When a person is, or it could be a walk-in customer who wants to take a delivery, go home and enjoy it with his family. In that case, when they're taking that package along with them, if you can make the packaging bright, if you could put some interesting things on the packaging, that would create a lot of word of mouth, because when they're carrying it, people would look at it and think, oh, what is this brand that has this kind of packaging? And second thing is, packaging will also make sure that the food stays properly. Trust me, so many times I have got deliveries when I ordered in Swiggy where the packaging was not proper. The food spills into the plastic packet and I don't want to consume that kind of food. So I throw away part of the food because of the improper packaging of the restaurant. So don't do that mistake. One of the classic cases of packaging is Fazzoos. Fazzoos does an amazing job of packaging. Some other brands generally use Sudoku or some other kind of techniques, so people could stay with the packaging for a little bit more. Packaging can also help keep your food fresh or hot. It all depends on your psyche. If you want to stay in this game for the long run, then you have to definitely invest on packaging. Now, marketing strategy number 10, give a little more. If you have been part of this channel, you know that if it is a big video, I either break it up into 2 pieces, or at the end of the video, for those who have stayed until the end, I generally share additional bonus tips. That is what you can do in your restaurant as well. If you are a restaurant owner or if you are a food business owner, this is very, very easy for you. See, when I say give a little more, it doesn't have to be 1 plus 1. So for example, let us say I buy a plate of noodles. You don't have to give me additional noodles for free. You could give me probably a dessert, a cookie for free, which is so little for you, but which is so much more for me, right? And you could do it on an ongoing basis. It doesn't cost you much. There are so many restaurants who are so frivolous of giving any bonuses to their customers. I simply don't understand. You have anyways have those desserts in store, and you know that only these many desserts will be sold at the end of the day. So rather than throw it out or rather than sell something stale the next day, why won't you give a free something to your customers who are paying you? And trust me, they would really love it. For example, one of the initial strategies, marketing strategies for Fazzoos, which is now India's biggest cloud kitchen empire, is to give free gulab jamun with every order that they received. And that was one of the reasons why I ordered from Fazzoos for so many months. Though I really did not love the food, it was for that free gulab jamun. And that free gulab jamun probably must have costed him what? 1, 2, 3, 4 rupees maximum. But I got so much happiness just by having that gulab jamun that I was a customer for Fazoo's for the next few months. So think about the long-term effects. If you're super nice to people, if you give them a little bonus, which is not too heavy on your pockets, it really makes a dent. Because at the end of the day, remember, we are all emotional beings. You're talking to a human at the end of the screen. So treat them like humans. For example, if somebody comes to your home and a kid comes to your home and you give him a chocolate, how much happiness can you see on his face? So just think about that next time a customer walks into your restaurant. Now, strategy number 11. Ask for instant reviews. Again, this is one of those mistakes that I see many business owners doing, wherein they think, okay, I can get a review from this customer. They are super happy, but they let them go and they ask them, once you go home, please do review us on the website, or please do review us on Swiggy, or please do review us on the Google. But remember, people have so many other things to do. They are super busy. They don't have time for you and me. So go ahead and ask them for an instant review. Ask them to write the review, or if they cannot write it on a piece of paper, if you don't have that kind of mechanism, ask them to review it directly on your Facebook page. Everybody has Facebook on their mobile devices now and they're logged in. So ask them nicely. If you have liked the food that you have consumed, we are new in the restaurant business and we are trying to spread the word regarding our business. So could you leave us a review on Facebook? This is our Facebook page, and stand there until they write the review. If you just ask them and leave, trust me, you will never get a review. So stand there and get it done. And once you get it done, take a selfie with the customer. Of course, you can ask them politely, can I take a selfie with you, sir? It would really make my day. Of course, probably not 100% of the people will agree to it, but at least 70% of the people will. And that is so much more content that you have created. You could keep posting this on your social media platforms. You could tag them as well. Just ask for their permission. Tell them, sir, can I tag you? It would really add to my, it would really create a lot of audience for me, and I am really looking at spreading my business. And if you have loved the food that you have consumed today, could you please do me this favor? And trust me, there's so many people who will not say no to you. They will also do the word of mouth marketing for you if you use this one small strategy. But the caveat here is you have to stand there until that review is done. If you just ask them nicely, people will not do it because we are super busy with our own stuff. Now, strategy number 12, be marketing savvy. Again, use social media, use Google My Business, use all the platforms that are out there, use review websites, use Yelp, use Reddit. You have to create a lot of content. You have to be marketing savvy. If you just think about, okay, if I just get good food out there on the plate of my customers, that is enough for me. Trust me, in this competitive space that you are in, that is not enough. There are people who are willing to do much more. And remember, your competition is just not the restaurant that is beside you. Your competition is also the local bandiwala who is giving a better value for money. So always remember this, and you have to be marketing savvy. At the end of the day, it is your family versus somebody else's family. If you want to, if you're working really hard, if you have a goal in your mind, then you don't have to shy away from marketing. Marketing is just part of the way so that you can reach many more people. That is a way for you to serve many more people. So always remember that. Be super duper marketing savvy, be it creating a QR code so people can like your Facebook page, or be it giving them additional something for that extra feedback that they are giving you, or tagging them. Be very marketing savvy focused. And trust me, you're not doing anything wrong. Many people actually in India shy away from this, which I don't understand. If you're doing an honest God's work, because you are giving food to people. And that is the best honest work that is out there in the world. So when you are doing such a great work, why are you shying away from marketing? Marketing gets you access to reach many more people. So be marketing savvy and don't shy away from it. Now, marketing strategy number 13, create scarcity, not abundance. Again, this might seem like a tip which is a bit weird, right? Because most of the restaurants, they have happy hours extended over so many hours. For example, one of the happy hours that I keep seeing is TGIFs from 3 p.m. to somewhere, I think 12 p.m. in the night or something like that. And they do it every single weekend. Why? You don't have to do so much. You see, at the end of the day, people want something more if they cannot have it all the time. Yes, that is a fact. You might think that is very weird. You might think that is very mean. But think about this. For example, let us say you want to have a drink with your friend this weekend and you want to go to TGIF. But TGIF says, sir, our happy hours are only at the end of the month, and that is also only for 2 days of the month. Then you might be probably going to some other bar, right? And you might think TGIF will lose my business because I want to have a drink today and TGIF is saying me that happy hours is only at the end of the month for 2 days only. But trust me, there will be many more people who would be waiting to go to TGIF for that drink, and that drink makes it much more special. That will taste much more special because of the scarcity. People want something which is not available all the time. And create. See, at the end of the day, you are in business, right? Business means you have to experiment, you have to invent. So keep working with these new strategies. Try this one and see how it works. For example, let us say you open your restaurant from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. every single day. Take a break in between. Tell them that probably your restaurant will not be open on Tuesdays, or probably your restaurant will be open on Tuesdays only from 12 to 2 p.m. Just experiment with the routine. Don't make it too available or accessible to everybody. Make it exclusive, right? Or tell them that every last weekend we are only open for couples, or we are only open for parents with children. They are not open for other members. Make it exclusive. People would love that. People would love to go to a space which is exclusive for them for that certain period of time. It might seem mean, but trust me, it will work. Now, marketing strategy number 14. Manage an awesome profile on Google My Business. Google My Business is free, but I still see so many restaurant owners who don't create a profile on Google My Business. See, at the end of the day, everybody is busy. If I have to drive to a restaurant 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour from my home, wait for the service to be done, sit, eat and come back, it is 4 hours time for me. So before investing those 4 hours, I want to make sure that the restaurant that I am going to serves good food, serves the kind of food that I want. And I also want to see the images before I go there. How does the restaurant look like? How do the dishes look like? What other things are available in the menu? If you don't create a Google My Business profile, I cannot see all of this because searching for your restaurant on a review site is very, very difficult, and review sites also charge you to create a profile. Google My Business is super free, then why don't you use it? And on the Google My Business profile, you can also get your reviews done. Just like we were talking about reviews, which are super important, you could get reviews on both your Google My Business profile as well as Facebook page. So go ahead, create your Google My Business profile today, because the Google My Business profile will also give directions for people to drive from their home to your restaurant, which makes it super duper convenient for people to travel, which many business owners don't do, and I still don't understand why. Now, marketing strategy number 15, advertise on social media or Google. Advertise, advertise, advertise. You don't have to advertise on newspaper. You don't have to shell out a bomb advertising on hoardings. You could just start with social media campaigns or Google AdWord campaigns. They will not charge a bomb. We are working with cloud kitchens which are investing 800 rupees per day to run a campaign and are getting conversions of around 1000 to 1500%. Yes, 1000 to 1500% return on investments is what they are getting. So start your advertising campaign today. Trust me, if you keep investing on your advertisement campaigns, that also gives you a lot of reach. You can start with Google. If you advertise on social media platforms or on Google, you could also specifically target a local geography. So you don't have to target to all of Hyderabad. If you have a restaurant in Hyderabad, you could specifically target the area that your restaurant is in, thereby catching a lot of brand awareness and a lot of customers. So if you want to try doing that, please do go ahead, start experimenting. You're trying to build a brand. So do everything possible to reach the maximum number of people. Congratulations! You have stayed until the end of this video, which I know is a long video. So these are 2 bonus marketing strategies just for you, my friend. Bonus tip number 16, conduct events. Yes, conduct events. You have a space, right? So why not make the maximum of the space? Just reach out to people. You could reach out to artists who are singers. You could reach out to stand-up comedians. These might be people who are just starting out in their specific domains. So talk to them nicely. Tell them, I have this space. I want to create a special night. So could you probably come and perform? If they're just starting out in their careers, they won't even charge you. They will do it for free. And you could also tell them, because I am doing this as a free event for you, could you also reach out to your friends? Could you also reach out to probably newspapers in your network and tell them about my restaurant? This is also a new restaurant. I'm trying to promote it. And they would be happy to do it for yourself because they have their event in your space. So they would do it for yourself. And you could also reach out to other PR. You could directly reach out to newspapers, local newspapers, and tell them, I'm conducting this event in my space on Saturday night. If you want, you are welcome to come and cover it. If they don't cover it, take a video of the event by yourself. Do a live stream on social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. At that point of time, probably there won't be a lot of crowd watching the live stream, but it gets saved on your profile. So the next time somebody visits your profile on social media, they know that yours is a happening place. And specifically in food business, people want to visit the most happening place in the city. If you could just showcase yourself as the most happening place in the city, people would throng to your place. This is a time-tested strategy. So try it and let me know in the comment section if you have tried it, how it has worked out for you. Now, marketing strategy number 17 is rebrand or reinvent every few years. This might seem like a strategy which is very weird, right? But it definitely works. See, specifically in the food segment, people want to experiment with new places. People want to try out new cuisines. As a restaurant owner, every few years you need to reinvent. You could not just create a space and say, this is my space for the next decade. This is what I have to offer. People want something new. Just like in Hyderabad, what happens is every few years, there are new restaurant brands which come, but they come in the same space as the past restaurant was in. If you specifically look at the management, it is the same management, but people don't know because the exteriors are different, the interiors are different, the branding is different, the cuisine is different maybe. So every few years, reinvent your brand, specifically if you are in the restaurant business. If you are in the food business in any other space, for example, packaging food and stuff, you don't have to do this. But if you are in the restaurant business, every few years, depending on the market trend, you have to keep reinventing yourself. And that is how you can stay current in this market. You might think this is very weird, but this is the truth of this industry. I hope you found this content interesting. This is Sirisha Varma, founder chief strategist at Branding by Pixels, a business strategy design and digital marketing company coming live to you from India. If you like the content that I'm creating, please do subscribe to my channel and smash that like button. If you think this will be helpful to people in your network, please do share it with them as well. I'm creating a very amazing free series from next week, Tuesday, as a giveaway to my subscribers as a New Year's gift for the coming year, which is 2022. If you want to know more about it, you have to come back to my channel. So Subscribe, click on that bell notification to know more about the free gift that I have to offer for you for the new year. Please do take care. I'll see you again on Thursday with a business case study video. Bye-bye.